Hello, it's me again. This time we are reading Tacky in Trouble. This is another Tacky book. Of course, I love Tacky the Penguin. And this again was written by Helen Lester and illustrated by Lynn Munsinger. Tacky seems to be in trouble a lot, so let's see what he gets himself up to today. As goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect sang sunrise on the iceberg, the sun rose on the iceberg. They felt very much in charge. What's happening? Blared Tacky the penguin, greeting each of his companions with a hearty slap on the back. After breakfast, the penguins went about their morning activities. Whether they were napkin folding, feather combing, or ballroom dancing, Tacky was the odd bird. Then it was nap time. Nap time for all that is, but Tacky. What a great day for surfing, he cried. Would that be fun or what? Oh, it would be what? Said goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect. Go surfing if you must, but please do it quietly. So Tacky took off alone and coasted over the waves. Suddenly, the wind came up, filling his shirt like a sail, and he found himself blowing full steam ahead, out to sea. He loved the spray on his beak and the thrill of the ride. On he sailed, on and on through sunny days and starlit nights. By the time he finally reached land, he was standing on tippy webs on an ice cube. With his little heart beating in excitement, Tacky waddled ashore, ready for an adventure. See how when he starts out, he's on a big ice, and the closer he gets smaller and smaller, then he just hops ashore. After being greeted by the strangest penguins he'd ever seen, you think those are penguins? No? What do you think this one is? Maybe a parrot? Maybe a toucan? He came upon a large gray rock. How nice! He had lots of rocks at home. Funny, thought Tacky. This rock is warm. The rocks he knew were cold. And it's a little squishy. The rocks he knew were hard and sort of hairy. Hairy? He couldn't remember any hairy rocks back on the iceberg. Tacky could never sit still for long. So he did a little rock hopping dance he'd always enjoyed doing at home. I don't need shoes and I don't need socks, just my mellow yellow feet for hopping on the rocks. Yay! Hey! I don't need shoes and I don't need socks, just my mellow yellow feet for hopping on the rocks. Hey! I don't, uh-oh. Is that a rock? What do you think it is? It's got ears. Doesn't look like a rock, does it? Suddenly, the rock rose up, and in a voice louder than even Tacky's boomed, "Something is tickling my back." Before Tacky could ask, "What's happening?" the rock, whose name happened to be Rocky, grabbed him, and they were crashing through the jungle. Tacky loved adventures, but was this fun or what? He wasn't sure. Finally, Rocky came to a very gray clearing, plunked Tacky down, and bellowed, "Flowers for my table!" While Tacky was puzzled, Rocky was overjoyed, for she had taken one look at Tacky's shirt and was convinced that she had brought home the most beautiful bunch of flowers in the world. "Yes, indeedy. Just what I needed to brighten up this dreary old place. Let's see. I'll need a wide vase. It's a gorgeous bunch of flowers, but it's pretty thick around the stem area." After choosing her widest vase, Rocky plopped Tacky in, and he looked around the table. The table was set for dinner. They had ketchup and lemon pie and grape punch and gravy and mustard and marmalade and peanut butter and lots of other really good things. Rocky galloped gleefully around the table singing, "Flowers make all the difference. Flowers make all the difference." "I am not a bunch of flowers," said Tacky. "So what?" Rocky trumpeted. "Of course you're a bunch of flowers. Don't be silly." She sniffed Tacky. "You smell lovely, too." "Thank you," said Tacky. "But I'm not a bunch of flowers. I'm a penguin." Rocky eyed Tacky suspiciously. "What's a penguin?" I forgot my voice. "What's a penguin? Some sort of weird plant?" "No," offered Tacky. "It's a kind of a bird." "A bird?" snorted Rocky. "What a hoot! You're not like any bird I've ever seen." Tacky felt his neck feathers prickle uncomfortably. "I'm really, honestly, truly a penguin," he repeated. Rocky did not want to hear this. She wanted flowers. She needed those flowers, and her dull, gray home needed those flowers. "If you're a penguin, prove it," Rocky demanded. Then she reached out, and whoosh, she snatched Tacky's shirt. "At least I'm keeping the pretty blossoms no matter what." "Well, unless you can convince me you're a penguin." Tacky knew he was in trouble now. His shirt was his sail, and without his shirt, how would he get home? Would he ever see goodly, lovely Angel, neatly and perfect again? "Hurry up now, I'm hungry and I don't have all day," snapped Rocky impatiently. "Prove you're a penguin. Do something penguinish." Tacky thought very hard. He just had to show her. Oh yes, he remembered. Penguins march. He began. 1, 2, 3. Stopped in the ketchup bowl without knowing it and continued marching over the table. 4, 5, 17, 100. "What else?" said Rocky. "Penguins belly slide." Tacky got a running start, skidded across the lemon pie, and swished in swirls over the tablecloth. Mmm, where was that lemon smell coming from? "Go on," ordered Rocky. Penguins dived. Tacky took a bounding leap and did a splashy cannonball into the pitcher of grape punch. Oh, refreshing. More confused than convinced, Rocky asked, "And keep going." "What else? What else could a penguin do? Then he remembered what had gotten him into this situation in the first place. And he said, penguins are excellent hoppers. Bravely tilting his beak up in his best hopping form, he hopped in the gravy and hopped on the cloth, and hopped in the mustard and hopped on the cloth, and hopped in the marmalade and hopped on the cloth, and hopped in the peanut butter and stopped. Why do you think he stopped? Then he waddled stickily over to Rocky. See, he shrugged hopefully, I'm a penguin. Rocky looked at her red, yellow, purple, brown, orange, gold, tan tablecloth and bellowed, what have you done to my tablecloth? Tacky froze. He had been having fun doing penguin things and hadn't even realized that he'd made a mess. Uh-oh, he thought, I'm stuck here forever. I'll never make it home to my iceberg. Have you ever made a mess like that? My tablecloth, shouted Rocky, hooted Rocky. I love it. I simply love it. Look at those colors. They're brilliant. They're beautiful, and they're so much prettier than your blossoms. No offense. Here you go, you wonderful, odd whatever you are. And with that, she picked up Tacky's shirt and flipped it at him. She also threw him a hot dog, a cookie, and 3 kisses. Thank you, she trumpeted as Tacky waved goodbye and set off for the water's edge. He leapt onto a log thinking, I didn't know ice blocks came in brown. And as his shirt caught the wind, he set sail. Meanwhile, back on the iceberg, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect were singing Sunrise on the Iceberg. The sun rose, but they didn't feel in charge. Life just hadn't been the same without Tacky. Everything was so orderly, and they were tired of patting each other on the back and whispering, what is happening? Nothing was happening. Then they saw a speck off in the distance. Could it be? As the speck came closer and closer, they could see it was Tacky. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a nice bird to have around. And many miles away, an elephant sat by her colorful tablecloth and thought the same thing. So I like art. This kind of art, where it's just different strokes and stuff, is called abstract art. So sometimes you can look and maybe picture something in your imagination. Like right here, I might picture a snake. I might think in my head, that looks like a snake. And one of the activities that I thought was fun to do with my kids after this was I gave them a piece of bread and we got out some peanut butter and some different colors of jelly, and we used a knife and we painted abstract art on our peanut butter sandwiches. And it was kind of fun. because you can paint peanut butter on jelly on one side and peanut butter on jelly on the other side. And if you want white, you can leave the bread empty. And it was kind of neat to do because you just take a little spoon or a little knife and just pick up some peanut butter or jelly and just kind of draw on your bread. So you can make your own little abstract portrait for your sandwich and then eat it. And it's delicious. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you later, sweets. Bye.